is Nicole, and I lead the implementation team here at Gorgias. Alongside our product team's work, the customer experience team has grown tremendously under new leadership this year to help brands like you transform their CX operations. I'm going to share a few ways we've made improvements to our support offerings over the year. First, we brought migrations in-house, meaning you no longer have to use third-party tools to migrate your historical emails, customers, macros, and more from Zendesk or other platforms. We handle it all for you. This shortens the time to value of switching tools and ensures you spend less time troubleshooting migrations and more time supporting your customers. Next, we've grown our implementation team to 15 incredibly talented product experts who know the ins and outs of e-commerce CX from working with hundreds of our largest customers. They're highly skilled and equipped with proven playbooks and resources to guide the implementation process from kickoff to launch date. For brands interested in our conversational AI agent, our 50 and 50 implementation program guarantees resolving 50% of your ticket volume in just 50 days, improving your support speed coverage, driving revenue with pre-sale questions, and giving your team more time for the moments that matter. Speaking of your agents, our customer education team has been hard at work completely revamping the Gorgias Academy, which focuses on agent education and certifications. So no matter the size of your team, you have a clear path to onboarding them into Power Gorgias users. Once onboarded, our technical solutions team is here to stand in as your development team. We build custom AI agent actions and extend our out-of-the-box integrations to fit your needs. This team is very creative and skilled. If we can dream it up together, we can build it. And after launch, we have a wide variety of services like dedicated enterprise CSMs, account optimization workshops where the implementation team gets hands-on with your account and provides personalized insights to optimize your AI agent setup, as well as a fast-acting support team available 24/7. The mission of the CX team is to provide every Gorgias customer with support to implement AI that scales their service and frees up time for the moments with customers that matter the most. Speaking of customers, now I want to invite Michael from Authentic Brands to the stage, who recently launched on Gorgias in April after working alongside Richard, our enterprise implementation managers. Hi, Michael. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, hi everyone. So excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited to talk about your implementation journey. Can you start with introducing yourself and Authentic Brands? Maybe talk a little bit about the brands that use Gorgias, and you can mention the ones that you specifically worked on with Richard recently.
Yeah, of course. So nice to see everyone. Thanks for coming. My name is Michael. I'm the operations manager here at Authentic Brands. We are kind of a licensing company. I think just to kind of explain it less, I could talk about it for an hour. But again, we are a licensing company. So we own and operate a bunch of brands, but we do have Ruka, Roxy, and Volcom that we worked with Richard on, and hopefully he is out in the audience, giving him big kudos. But yeah, those were the most recent brands that we worked with Richard on.
Yeah, those are some iconic brands. I definitely wear most of them. I can imagine like how complicated or like complex the CX operations are for some of these massive brands. So I'm curious, what did your CX operations look like before joining Gorgias?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we kind of were handed these brands from our previous operator. So we took on these brands and we kind of built from scratch. They had a previous customer service or CX platform that was not Gorgias, and we kind of again were building from the ground up. Again, I can only say kudos even more to Richard, who kind of helped build those really strong building blocks there.
Awesome. I'd be curious to understand, like, is this the first time some of these brands have used AI in CX? And what was the driving factor of making that decision?
Yeah, so they didn't use AI previously. So again, this was our first forte into AI agent. And, some of these brands, as you mentioned, Nicole, like these are kind of brands that we've grown up with, Ruka, Roxy, and Volcom, and have like really strong customer backing. So it was a big change for the customer as well. But, I think we were, trying to, as previously mentioned during this panel, is that we want to kind of figure out what we can do to answer some of those Wismo tickets at a faster pace, rather than waiting for an agent, or lower hanging fruit for our agents to then handle more complicated issues that may arise.
Yeah, we hear that a lot when we're implementing customers for the first time at Gorgias, so not surprised there. I am curious to hear, migrating CX tools is no small feat. So can you describe what the implementation experience was like with Richard, and maybe also touch on what post-implementation support has looked like for you guys?
Yes, of course. So, again, the implementation process was so easy. We met, I believe, on a weekly basis. Richard was probably tired of hearing from us, but it was such a great cadence. So again, we met weekly. We had a document kind of outlining every single category we needed to touch on. So there was a voice category, AI, email, and those were kind of like the big categories that we focused on. And then under those categories, we had actions. And, again,
Right.
what we appreciated as well too is that there was timelines on those. So we did like have due dates that again held us accountable from our end, so that we're kind of not slowing any of the process down. So that again, that was really helpful. And also it was almost like a roadmap. So if we are talking to any internal teams, wanting an update on what's happening with our setup, we can kind of go back to that and
Mhm.
say like, here's what we did, and here's what we worked with Gorgeous on, and here are kind of like timelines that we can get back to you. So again, like it was very easy, almost like a roadmap we can go back to. And then, once we did get that stuff launched, it was almost like a checklist, like, yay, we got this
Yeah.
done, like, yay, we got, voice, AI. So that was amazing. And then at the end, we, were handed over to a CSM. So Keon, if he's watching, another big shout out to him.
Mhm.
Um, he was really vocal and being present, which we appreciate. So we do have a weekly cadence going on with him as well. So we were handed off from Richard to Keon, great hands. We talk about what we're kind of looking for, what we want to do. So a lot of collaborating, which we do appreciate.
Mhm.
And then we were invited to a couple events towards AI. So that was really helpful because again, that was something new for us to also hear from other brands. So again, Keon invited us to that as well. So again, we appreciate that because again, we get to see like what other brands are doing with AI and what challenges they're kind of running into. So again, that was all really helpful. And again, in person is amazing. We get to meet people, shake hands.
Mhm.
So again, that again, stuff like that is really helpful.
Yeah, I love hearing that you enjoyed our events. It's so, I mean, at least for me, it's so amazing putting a face to a brand name. So I really, again, appreciate you joining today, Michael, and telling your story. I have one more question. Were there any surprises, whether happy surprises or speed bumps that came up along the way? And if there were any speed bumps, like how did you resolve them?
Yeah, no, great question. I mean, we again, it was so smooth. Like it's hard for me to say. Like there was a big, a hurdle that got in our way. But again, I think it goes back to starting from scratch. We've kind of never built out a phone before. So again,
Right.
Gorgeous made it super easy for us. As I had mentioned previously, like we had took on these brands from previous CS team, so we didn't necessarily have any, porting over. So we just had to ported that phone number over, and Gorgeous made it so easy. It's almost like you plug in and plug out. It's a very small bump, but again, it's something that Gorgeous definitely helped make it easy for us.
Awesome. I love to hear that. Thank you so much again for sharing your experience with us today. It's really inspiring to hear how Authentic Brands approach the implementation and how you're already leveraging AI to transform your support and create more space for those customer moments that really matter.